going, everybody? This is an awesome day right now because this is, okay, Lord Vader Productions proudly brings to you Hollywood Demon Dave, Sammy frickin' Johnson. Thank you very much. This is the Hollywood Freak Show. Welcome to this unique talk show that is going to talk about what's going on in the current business of professional wrestling. Bling bling. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, yeah. You're welcome. Bling bling. Had to do the shout out to the titles. I like that. This is my co-host. Okay, Sammy frickin' Johnson over here. Thank you. Hey, tell us a little bit about yourself, Sammy.
Sure. As you know from last week, huge Seth Rollins fan. Love what he's doing. He's for the universe, the WWE universe, and he just wants the best for everybody. He's trying to bring back those leadership skills that he came with in 2015, and he's still going strong. That's me. I think he's definitely going to lead Raw and the other brands into the future with the WWE. They chose him for a reason, and there's nothing bad I could say about him, nor would I. He's the best. I always will think he's the best. From Bret Hart, Triple H, now Seth, those are mine. And that's all I have to say about that.
Well, to tell you the truth, okay, that you have an awesome lineup of your favorite wrestlers. Okay, I mean nothing wrong with them. Mine, Stone Cold, Steve Austin, Triple H, Bret the Hitman Hart, Undertaker, Kane. You know what I mean? But the top three is always going to be Stone Cold, Triple H, and the Undertaker. You know what I mean? Three guys who knew how to tell a story in the ring. They knew how to bring their character to the people. Mm-hmm. It's all about telling that story in the ring so people can get invested into the actual match. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter if it's not, and that goes on into today's professional wrestling. And talking about today's professional wrestling.
Yes.
Okay. Last week on Friday Night SmackDown, which is going to be in about a half hour, folks. Bray Wyatt attacked Alexa Bliss. Okay, I thought that was that was my favorite segment of last week's Friday Night SmackDown.
Definitely one of mine also.
Yes. I mean, what do you think is going to happen? I mean, we're probably not going to see, well, we might see Alexa Bliss, but she might be looking over her shoulder a little bit much in the background, so she's probably going to be afraid to actually come out to the ring. What do you think?
That's a tough one, because Alexa Bliss is tough. And I don't know. Bray added her with his match with Braun in that swamp match, and I was a little taken by that. I didn't know what to think about that, but it was weird. And so there must be some kind of link with Alexa and Bray somewhere, somehow, for him to even add her into that storyline. I think it's because of Braun and Alexa Bliss's relationship that they had during the mixed tag team, the challenge.
Yes.
I think it has something to do with that. So he's trying to play to his mind with her, but now he's actually going after her because of that. So I think Bray's kind of like blaming her for bringing him out of that darkness into more of a face. Where
yes.
I think Bray believes he should be a heel. Or with him, still with the Wyatt family.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think the only reason why Alexa Bliss is probably even in the spotlight with The Fiend or Bray Wyatt, you know what I mean? I think because the lack of Sister Abigail. Because if Sister Abigail was even in this picture, there would be no need for an Alexa Bliss unless she was in a feud with somebody else. You know what I mean? Sister Abigail is missing from the actual storyline, so they need to have a character that actually ties in with The Fiend, like a Sister Abigail would tie into a Bray Wyatt. You know what I mean? So we need that Sister Abigail, which I think they could be probably working her into it
Yeah.
if she was to become it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's probably gonna try to brainwash her. He's gonna play with her psyche, and he's gonna play the mind games. And I think eventually she's gonna break down and join the Wyatt family and be a Sister Abigail type character.
Okay, I'm gonna break the WWE stereotype for our matches thing right now. So I'm gonna be bringing up an AEW wrestler right now. Okay, I'm gonna break down the fourth wall. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. There is a female wrestler you probably already know, Abaddon, in AEW, which I think would have been perfect. Okay, perfect for Sister Abigail, for at least Bray Wyatt or The Fiend. And, I mean, if you watch AEW, anybody out there, AEW, Abaddon is one creepy female. I mean, she comes out, she crawls to the ring,
Yeah.
slithers down to the ring, more like it, and she has on all this awesome gore makeup that makes her look like a zombie, okay? And I think her presentation for that character is phenomenal because she's got that kind of like a Paige feel when she does that scream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she has her own little kind of arsenal, which I'm sorry, I'm kind of digging it.
Banshee.
Yes,
You know?
I'm actually digging that character.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish WWE signed her before AEW, but I guess AEW probably paid her a little bit more money, which is good, all in all.
And she probably has a little bit more room to establish herself as a wrestler also in AEW.
Yeah.
They'll push her a little bit more, give her a lot more leniency and leeway to do what she's got to do and what she wants to do. She was definitely be Bray Wyatt / The Fiend material without a question.
Yeah. That's the one thing that AEW has over WWE right now, in my point of view, is that
They're loaded with characters.
the characters over in AEW are probably a little bit more cinematic and then a little bit more in your face, so they kind of have the AEW attitude going on. Okay,
Their mystique is
they
put
bring
on
it a little
display.
bit more better than WWE right now. And I'm telling you the truth, that is why AEW Dynamite is on Wednesdays, and they're killing NXT right now in the ratings. They're killing it. I mean, look who you have. I mean, they have Brian Cage right now. You know, that big freaking humongous cyborg of a guy. Okay.
Meat truck.
Oh my God! And then they're pitting him against people like freaking. I mean, small guys too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, you put him up against anybody like, okay, Orange Cassidy, and him. Oh, come on, dude. Orange Cassidy's a toothpick of a guy compared to Brian Cage.
Yeah.
Which he's more built, more thickly muscled like a Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
Okay. Which I'm not saying anything against Bobby Lashley or anything against Brian Cage. You know what I mean? I mean, respect to Brian Cage. Because he's done I mean, his Impact Wrestling feats are quite, awesome. I mean, but he got injured, he came back. He was a little bit smaller, but you can't even see the difference because he's so fucking huge. Okay.
That's true.
I didn't mean to, spit out the F-bomb, but yeah, I'm telling you one thing right now.
That's true.
So yeah, that about sums it up for what. I mean, AEW can be for another video, okay? Because right about now we're going on into what's going on in WWE right now, okay? So, Monday Night Raw, to tell you the truth, last week's episode was pretty good, okay? It was pretty good.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, WWE's Monday Night Raw for the last 2 weeks have probably stepped it up a bit. Because I think Vince McMahon he sees the rise of AEW, but I think in the beginning he thought AEW was going to be like a failed TNA.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't quite compare AEW, All Elite Wrestling, with a WCW quite yet. Because this is what, the first year of AEW. And WCW, you cannot compare any,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? 'Cause nobody thought TNA, Impact Wrestling, okay, I'm sorry, Impact Wrestling, a big difference,
Yeah.
okay? Even though Moose brought back the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, World Heavyweight Championship, sorry about that, World Heavyweight Championship, and that's not a recognized title because Impact Wrestling's World Heavyweight Championship is not recognized by professional wrestling to begin with. I mean, I recognize it, but the world of professional wrestling does not recognize Impact Wrestling as a world title. That's how minuscule that they are.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately. I mean, they used to be when they had a show on Spike TV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They had the beautiful World Heavyweight Championship with the Winged Eagle version of the title. When the Main Event Mafia was there, you had Kurt Angle, you had people who actually showcased. I mean, when Bubba Ray was on TNA, he was called Bully Ray, and he finally became World Heavyweight Champion, and he was phenomenal. That character, I love that character. I mean, he married Brooke Hogan, okay? Hulk's daughter, okay? Married her, okay? He basically did the whole Triple H little theme with Stephanie McMahon marrying the boss's daughter, which, you know, Hulk Hogan was the general manager of TNA, of the Impact Zone, and he did the whole. I mean, I don't know if all you young viewers probably don't remember this, but back in the Attitude Era, in the beginning of the Attitude Era, Triple H sat there and brought to you a this cool concept of, okay, even farther back than that, when Test, he's a passed away, he's a guy, rest his soul, Test, marries Stephanie McMahon on live TV on Monday Night Raw. Triple H interrupted that marriage and said that he was already married to Stephanie McMahon.
The Vegas trip.
Yes, the Vegas trip. I mean, you can search that on YouTube about the good old Vegas trip of the convertible and a passed out Stephanie McMahon. That was, I mean, I seen it when it was live on Monday Night Raw, and I was like, yo.
Triple H.
That was genius, actually. And we still don't know how many times he consummated the marriage, okay? When he was like, Dad, okay? When Stephanie was crying, like, oh my God. But the whole storyline was awesome. It went all down to, them playing Vince McMahon, which was all part of a ruse. But yeah, that whole concept has already been done. And they used it again in TNA, which is kind of like they recycled that storyline.
Yeah.
Which is not bad. You know what I mean?
That's true. Sometimes you have to recycle things. But with different writers, it usually comes out to be, if not better, a tiny bit more interesting, which is what everybody wants.
Exactly. And it's all a big soap opera, and it's about bringing attitude to that soap opera. It's about bringing good storylines that we can follow, that we can get into, that can tell a good story in that ring, that gets us behind those wrestlers. And, I mean, that's what made me a fan back in 1985, 1986, when I first got into wrestling. I mean, when I first got into wrestling, Hulkamania was running wild. Okay, he had a bandana on. I mean, the belt was ugly. Okay, you know what I mean? Andre the Giant didn't get slammed yet for the first time by Hulk Hogan. Okay, I mean, that's for another video where I'm gonna go what WrestleMania that I loved and what WrestleMania that you loved.
Oh yeah.
And all that. But that's it for today. I'd like to thank you all for joining us for this.
Before we go,
What?
just a little tidbit. The Drew McIntyre Randy Orton match is going to be something to watch. That's my opinion.
SummerSlam. Okay, at the end of the month, SummerSlam. Thank you for bringing that up, man. I'm telling you that this is why I keep this guy around.
Just before we go.
Thank you. Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on what this is going to play out by the time SummerSlam? Because last week, those two promos really got a fire underneath this feud, because you got Randy Orton, who has been in this business for the last 18 years, okay? And then you have the WWE Champion, Drew McIntyre, who is he got him going with a fire underneath his, like he needed a fire underneath his ass, because he's I think a pretty great WWE champion.
I think so too.
He should have been champion 5 years ago.
Such a short period of time.
Thank you. That match right there. You got Randy Orton, legend, okay, already.
Legend killer.
Oh, thank you. He's a legend killer.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that match is probably going to steal SummerSlam.
Yeah, I think so too.
Thank you.
I absolutely think so too. So definitely hit those comments. We need your comments. We need that love. And we'll be back again next Friday with another edition of the Hollywood Freak Show.
Hollywood Freak Show. Thank you. Don't forget to chokeslam. That's the subscribe button. Okay, don't miss an episode. Okay, every Friday. A little bit before, about a half hour before SmackDown even starts. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Okay, chokeslam that subscribe button, actually. Don't forget to hit that like button, because everything revolves around likes. All right? I'd like to thank you for tuning in to the Hollywood Freak Show. Okay,
and don't
everybody?
Forget comments. Those are important too.
Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Okay, everybody?
Good and bad.
Okay.
So we can get better for you.
Thank you. This is what we are doing this for you.
Absolutely.
Okay? I don't know about you. Would you consider yourself the hero of this, or would you consider me the hero about this? Because you all know me as Hollywood Demon Dave, right?
I think we're kind of leaning more towards the heel side.
I think we're both going heel mode. We both can sit there and make you guys hate us like you wouldn't believe. You know what I mean? So.
Or you're just gonna love to hate us.
Oh, love to hate us. You just can't.
What can you do?
It's gonna become where you guys just can't get enough of us. All right, people.
We're in your face.
Thank you. In your face. Wrestle talk.
As much as you could take.
Thank you. We can do this every day of the week if you want us to, folks. Okay? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Subscribe. This is where the fun begins. All right? Thank you. Have a nice day.
See you on Friday.
Thank you.